I'm going to start a series, and for the rest of the days of this month, I'll be discussing on Pulse on Prosperity. Pulse on Prosperity is a UK brand, and very fortunate to meet and work with Rebecca in different capacities. And we had awesome time when we were in UK. We met, discussed so many things, and definitely working with her in different capacities has made me my better version, because each one of us needs a business coach. Each one of us needs a coach to understand the requirements, not from the mindset of what the other coach wants to, There are many times I have come across people who call themselves coaches, and they're trying to deliver something which honestly I don't need it. I mean, the kind of work we do and the kind of framework we work is very important that we have right coaches with us. Pulse and Prosperity, I'll be sharing the details, and you can always block your consultation and be part of the bigger cohort. And probably we would be doing some online sessions, some offline sessions in coming months. Honestly speaking, those sessions would be done in Asian countries, not particularly focusing on India per se, but it's open for the Indian individuals to be part of it. So I'm just going through her pitch deck right now. Do you want to create meaningful change? Is the first question you need to ask. And this question is applicable for anyone and everyone for us, or I would rather say every individual, whether it's a child, adult, or senior. That's how the IT works. This is how our pulse technique can help you. So that doesn't mean, people start filing trademark applications using the word pulse, prosperity with a. I mean, thinking small will always keep you small. The first and the foremost aspect of creating prosperity first in your life, and then only, you are in a zone where you can create it for others. Okay. So this is basically different people talking about the kind of work she has been doing. And my recording here is for her. First of all, I'll read what others have said and what I feel about Rebecca in person, because not only she's my friend, she's my coach, and from time to time we have our discussions, and she has been always being that support pillar which we need, and especially the kind of work we do, because I'm a cert. Along with that, doing the law work and stuff. So this particular person who is talking about pulse and prosperity talks about, I use this technique as a guide in making a very hard decision about my life. And it was a time when I was feeling overwhelmed and stressed about which road I need to take, bearing in my mind my fears, limiting, believed past failures, financial constraints, and the like. I never use the word ETC, I use and the like, because I come from a patenting background, and people who actually prepare the framework in the patent are very different individuals in the world. The pulse technique has helped the person to break down all things on her mind, making to make a decision on facts and move on. Facts is obviously the evidence or the reality, I would rather say. Fact is always the reality which one needs to first listen to your own self, see the documentation, and then take the decisions, because the kind of work we do, there's a lot of garbage data in terms of facts. Also, people can just come with exhibits. There are times you're going to see the dark web, not only in the online world, which is the online portal, but also in the offline world. So I was just going through one documentation, which is again related to the trademark stuff, where it is talking about, you know I mean, replacing the word N with M. What I mean to say here is, um, trademarking, when done with bad intent, is never going to work out. Now, in this particular The person says, in short, I was able to create a clear vision on where I am, where I want to be, and the path I need to take in order not to repeat the same mistake I did in the past. The better word for path would be Jalan. Jalan is basically another language word which actually means path. I always feel that, I like the word Jalan because for me, J was never a joke. For me, maybe a part of me is full of fun, but when I work with a different mindset because the decision which we need to take changes the course of action for so many lives. That being said, I'm going to the next uh, creative aspect of it, where the person is basically running a firm, and the brand name of the firm is Find Your Phoenix. When you embrace pulse on prosperity, you start to ask. I like this actually, the way it has been articulated. Where has this been all my life? This genius application is something I increasingly look use in work and non-work occasions. Behind the technique is a magnificent Rebecca. I mean, and honestly, I don't have the right word for her. She is a sweetheart. I mean, the technique, or just when she was around me and we had our discussion about not only about a trademark but the other aspects of life. I mean, um, I met a lot of uh, people in my life. I mean, normal people are not able to meet those many folks, but she just changed the way I have to think in terms of, when whatever I'm going through. Because when you are in a political legal scenario, the decisions which you have to make changes the course of action. So bearing that in mind, I always feel so blessed that I have her in my life. Now, this person says that I have benefited from and enjoyed Rebecca's mentorship through what has proved to be my most crucial and challenging transition to be a fabulous position of success as a female entrepreneur. With a growing coaching business in domestic abuse and toxic relationship recovery, coupled with renewed personal strength and grounding to ensure my success spans 360 degrees through all other aspects of my life, top of which is being a positive and a present mom to my children. I cannot give a high recommendations to other. I fully resonate with this person. Um, so these were a couple of folks who actually talked about what Rebecca is all about. If I have to talk about Rebecca in my way, I mean, she walks you through, uh, I wouldn't say a path, she walks you through your own thought process, because there are times where, you have to take those hard decisions. I mean, really tough decisions. For me, this word stress, um, mentorship, mentor mentee doesn't even exist. I see everyone with a very different lens. I mean, not from today, not from when I became or I started working in the working group of ITU. It's just how my DNA is. Because growing up, I started with army school, and then subsequently I was in a convent school. Um, Let me tell you, army and convent was. I earlier I used to think it was a deadly combo, but today, if I just reflect back, it is like it is like not made for each other kind of stuff. Because in an army background or in an army school, the way you are just groomed is like totally different. I mean, you see the world with very different lens, mindset. Um, the discipline and everything is totally different. Maybe you will see a very fun part of a army personnel or some in other aspects, but when you see the hard part of the army people, it's the decisions which we have to make. I mean, I go through that, and um it's tough but not difficult, because once you make those decisions, there are times you really just really have to vent it out onto your own self, because those decisions are really, really, I wouldn't say tough, but it's just that takes care of, like saving more lives, that kind of a situation. That being said, so people who really, really want to go through this, she's there. Uh, Her trademark is already granted in UK. Her trademark is already granted in India. But around copyright, she has the right. And the best thing about Pulse on Prosperity is the person lets you be yourself. I mean, coaches in India you know, don't let themselves be ourselves. I mean, I have met so many coaches, not from today. I mean, I have been coached by the best of the best. Um, I'm not getting the name, but what get got you here won't get you there. I remember that coach. It's just that right now that name is not coming to me because I have been going through a lot in last couple of hours, or I would say last 4 days because of the rains and everything. Not getting the right healing caps and just surviving on medicine in terms of Dolo 650 and stuff. Just like even if you're feverish of 103 plus, you just have to pop up a medicine and just move on. You can't be just laying down on bed and saying, hey, today I'm going to rest. It doesn't happen because the kind of work we do in terms of the analysis and everything, it takes a lot. The point of contention is very simple, that you need to have good coaches, and good coaches change your course of action. So kudos to Rebecca, kudos to all the coaches. It's not that one is better than the other, but if I have to talk about a female coach, which actually in recent times, because a lot has been going through in last, I would rather say, 1.5 years, almost 2 years. Lockdown didn't affect me. It's just that the last 2 years were really, really very different. I never expected that. When I reflect back, I mean, oh my God, what just happened? That kind of a situation. But the good thing is, God is great. The universe listens to anything and everything in the right manner, and just be a good person first. I mean, if you're able to take care of that aspect of your life, just being good to yourself doesn't mean that you bully people. Bully never helps, let me tell you. Bully in any sort of format will never help you to be a better version. To be a better version, you have to be truthful, and that is what blockchain is all about. Truth and trust is not between people. Numbers don't even have any meaning if you understand Fibonacci series. Thank you for watching out the video. Have a great day ahead, and congratulations to Rebecca. I'll post it, and probably I'll get my AI model to write about it. Thank you for watching out the video. Have a great day ahead.